Hello, everyone. When the heartbreaking news about Stevie Nicks, the legendary Fleetwood Mac frontwoman and one of the most iconic figures in rock history, reached fans across the globe, it became one of those moments where music lovers everywhere collectively paused, unable to hold back tears. Because Stevie Nicks has never just been a singer. She has been a poet, a storyteller, a symbol of resilience and mystique, whose songs like Landslide, Rhiannon, Edge of 17 and Gypsy have become the soundtracks of people's lives, carrying them through heartbreak, triumph and transformation. And so when word spread that her health had taken a tragic turn and that she would be forced to slow down, stepping away from the stage that defined her for more than 5 decades, the sadness was palpable, not only among Fleetwood Mac fans, but across generations of artists who credit her with shaping their own journeys. This news struck even harder because Nicks has always seemed untouchable, the eternal witchy woman with her shawls, tambourines, and haunting voice that seemed to defy age. But behind that mystical aura has always been a woman who has quietly battled immense struggles, addiction, heartbreak, loss, and the relentless physical toll of touring year after year. And as she reached her mid-70s, those battles finally caught up to her, leading to the emotional announcement that she would no longer be able to tour at the grueling pace that defined her career, with insiders confirming that doctors had advised her to prioritize rest, treatment, and her long-term well-being. As this news spread across social media, fans poured out tributes, sharing stories of how her music had carried them through dark times, weddings, funerals, and life's biggest moments, with hashtags like #ThankYouStevie trending worldwide, and celebrities from Harry Styles to Taylor Swift to Stevie's Fleetwood Mac bandmates, all voicing their love and support, reminding the world of the massive influence she still holds. What makes this moment even more heartbreaking is that Fleetwood Mac itself, a band defined by chaos, love and reinvention, had already been shaken by the death of Christine McVie in 2022, leaving Stevie as one of the last living pillars of the group, and her stepping back feels to many like the final chapter of one of rock's greatest eras. Yet, true to form, Stevie Nicks' announcement was not simply about sadness, because in her message she reminded fans that while her time on the road may be winding down, her music, her spirit, and her stories will never fade, encouraging people to keep finding themselves within her lyrics and promising that she will continue to write, record, and inspire, even if she cannot tour as before. Still, the sheer weight of the news was enough to leave her fan base devastated, with tears flowing at the thought that the woman who gave us so many anthems of love, independence, and survival is now facing her most personal battle. And while many cling to hope that she will return in some form, the reality is that this marks the end of an era, a moment where the music world must reckon with the fragility of its icons. As tributes continue to pour in, one thing is certain: Stevie Nicks is not just leaving behind songs, she is leaving behind a legacy woven into the very fabric of rock and roll, a legacy of vulnerability, power, and magic that will live on forever, even as we try and fail not to cry at the news that one of music's most enduring queens has been forced to finally step back from the spotlight she graced for so long. Stephanie Lynn Nicks is an American singer-songwriter known for her work with the band Fleetwood Mac and as a solo artist. After starting her career as a duo with her then-boyfriend Lindsey Buckingham, releasing the album Buckingham Nicks to little success, Nicks joined Fleetwood Mac in 1975, helping the band to become one of the best-selling music acts of all time, with over 120 million records sold worldwide. Rumours, the band's second album with Nicks, became one of the best-selling albums worldwide, being certified 20 times platinum in the US. In 1981, while remaining a member of Fleetwood Mac, Nicks began her solo career, releasing the studio album Bella Donna, which topped the Billboard 200 and has reached multi-platinum status. She has released 8 studio albums as a solo artist and 7 with Fleetwood Mac, selling a certified total of 65 million copies in the US alone. Thanks for watching.